Hey, welcome to MAddOG'S After Show with the MAddOG and Cole the Assassin Farrell.
We go together like starter motors and hammers.
Heck yeah.
I decided to fly through the air and live in the sunlight and enjoy life as much as I could, and that's just what I'm doing.
Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure? Stay calm. Wait.
Man, oh man, what better way to start episode 80 than the inspiring words of the great Mr. Evil Knievel. Rest in peace. Living in the sunlight, flying through the air, and enjoying life.
Of course, and if you're going to fly through the air, if you're going to enjoy life, always helps to have the first responders around, right?
Absolutely.
So here at MAddOG'S After Show, we need to thank all of our first responders, the paramedics, our police, our fire, and of course, all of our brave men and women of the military that allow us to do this podcast. We literally couldn't do it without their sacrifices.
Absolutely. And a special shout out to the families of those that gave all the MIA, KIA, and a shout out to all of our POWs. Respect from all of us here at MAddOG'S After Show. Speaking of respect, man, my boat, the After Show, fully kicker equipped, happened to get some respect the last 2 weeks with the new upgraded audio and subwoofers. It gets it done. For your boat, car, truck, motorcycle, or off-road needs, personal audio too, man, get over to kicker.com or find them on Instagram at Kicker Audio or Facebook, Kicker, and every other Tuesday live at 7:30 Central. Check out Kicker Unmasked live on their YouTube channel. And, you know, you can't see this video yet, but Cole noticed right away, I'm wearing the new Bomber Mana Series Black logo limited edition frames, of course in white, with custom installed mirror green polarized safety lenses. Thanks to our crew over at Bomber, Tommy and the gang, and special shout out to Jason the Bearded Bomber. Man, I love these glasses. I love the green. And, you know, for all your safety eyewear, floating eyewear, sunglass needs, over 40 styles of frames. I don't even know how many lenses they have anymore. Check them out, bombereyewear.com or on Instagram at bombereyewear. Of course, our dude Cole sharing his passion for all things desert racing and his passion through the mic for your event needs. Find him at the Premix Podcast on Instagram. Get him signed up for your next event. If you're having a slot car race, he really wants to announce that. But if you're having a divorce or a marriage or anything that needs an MC, hit him up for that. If you're racing in the desert, he'll be out there shooting pictures. Slide into his DMs on Instagram. That's the @ ThePremixPodcast.
Beautiful.
Thank you. And of course, Kelsey Morrell Film. Man, she's been working hard getting all our videos done, making lemonade out of lemons, so to speak. Hit her up on Instagram at Kelsey Morrell Film for all your photography, video. You need commercials done, she can do it start to finish, or video productions. That's Kelsey Morrell Film on Instagram. Of course, all our ultra cool social media templates and voice clips and all that are done by the incredible Hey Keeks Marketing. You can find her online, heykeeks.com, or on Instagram at Hey Keeks Marketing. You need anything from websites built all the way out to Instagram campaigns with influencers. She's got you covered. Just yell, Hey Keeks. So you may notice you've heard another voice, and when you see the video, you'll notice we have someone on early. It's a special co-host, the striking Viking herself, going to give me a hand. Cole is very, very busy. Lady D is a little under the weather, and he is doing husband duties from dawn to dusk and slaying it. And with that, we want to be sure and send our biggest, most positive thoughts and prayers to Lady D for a speedy recovery.
Thank you. Thank you. Just trying to earn my stripes as a husband, right? So
yeah, for sure. Well, you know, you got a lot to do, and so Striking Vikings going to be my co-host tonight. First guest co-host ever, as we work our way through the 2024 SuperCat Fest West, presented by Kicker Marine Audio, and 2024 Desert Storm, presented by Kicker Marine Audio. So it has been a long couple of weeks on the lake, let me tell you. So crazy stuff. Man, we kicked off SuperCat Fest West. All the big boats were rolling into town. Giant catamarans with, 3 1,400 horsepower engines that are so wide they have to be lifted sideways on special trailers. Just crazy stuff. I don't even want to think about what those boats are worth, but big money. So, SuperCat Fest West was second annual, put on by River Dave. You can find him at rdp.com, I believe, or on Instagram at rdp_space, I think. I'm not sure. I have to check that. But anyway, River Dave works with the gang from Lake of the Ozarks that have the long-standing SuperCat Fest and has worked to bring SuperCat Fest out west for the second time. And, the turnout was even bigger than last year. Again, it was down at the incredibly beautiful, well-kept, and hospitable Havasu Riviera Marina. What a beautiful place. What a beautiful facility. And shout out to my man, Jeremy, who runs everything down there. Dude, he just slayed it. Kept everything just super clean. They even run golf cart shuttles because people can't park in the normal parking. So when you do launch your boat, they have an overflow upper lot, and they run golf cart shuttles nonstop just to get people down to them. So it's crazy. But got in there Wednesday. Of course, for me, it started probably Monday, getting things coordinated and getting things laid out. And Wednesday was setup day. Rob from Gator Wraps was nice enough to bring the newly wrapped Kicker XRV. For those of you that don't know, that is a semi that is a reconfigured NASCAR stacker hauler. The XRV stands for Extreme Recreating Vehicle. And man, they just had it rewrapped by Gator Wraps Havasu. Those guys did an amazing job. It looks so good. Rod got that loaded in first thing Wednesday morning. And And good Lord, it was game on from there, getting set up. Um, I know you had to work Wednesday, but you brought me lunch Wednesday afternoon, which I was very grateful for. Um,
I'm glad I
and
could help.
yeah, just doing the setup is a grind, getting it laid out. Shout out to our friends at Elite Audio Havasu. Um, we had one of the owners, Cobras, and their new Tritune, South Bay Tritune, that is just jam packed full. Well, both boats are jam packed full of kicker marine audio. The new Elite Tritune features two of the new Kicker Solo X's subwoofers, which are just insane. The thing pounds like crazy. And yeah, we had the All American Kicker Polaris Razor there. Um, had Murphco's Root Beer Float, which is an absolutely beautiful, I think 66, might be 67 Chevy C10 long bed 2-wheel drive. That's a full build show winner, multi-time show winner. Just beautiful car, beautiful. And then of course we had the Podfathers Kawasaki KRX, uh, commonly known as Electra, and you can see all about that. Go to on Instagram, go to at Jim Beaver or at JB15 Group. There's a lot of posts about Electra, decked out with kicker audio, and it sounds great. We're blessed to have it there. And the little mini Razor from Elite Audio that had the kicker 10 speaker power bar. So we had a good representation. We got set up Wednesday. Thursday morning was basically spit and polish and try and get things dialed in and looking all good. And we had a couple of the team from Oklahoma, a couple of the Oklahoma guys come out that showed up Thursday to work the event all through the weekend with me, which was just awesome. And I just love those guys. Tracy is so awesome, and Jacob is just so much fun. I was so glad to have him hanging around. Special shout out to those guys, uh, and away we went, man. Gates opened, event open for the fans at 2 o'clock Thursday. And I think you were there right from the get-go, weren't you?
Yes, I was.
Yeah.
Yeah. I followed a crowd down through the gates. It was just a line of traffic of everyone coming in. I was like, oh, well, there's a good turnout.
Yeah, I thought the turnout Thursday was really good. They call it the street scene. They have vendors everywhere. I think they had 4 or 5 food vendors down there.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
believe so. Maybe 6. There was even a hot dog cart.
Yeah, and it was crazy. Even late in the night, the lineups for the food, there were so many people there. The lineups were, 30 minutes plus. So it was absolutely crazy. Great turnout. Talked to lots and lots of people. We had great interaction at the booth, and unfortunately, I don't get a chance to walk around and see the other booths and stuff. But I know you took a chance to walk around a little bit and head down to the dock for a minute. And so, what was the walk around like?
It was good. There was quite a few vendors. I believe there was a lot more than last year, for sure.
Yeah,
And some really good setups. Of course, I love the bikini booths. Had to visit those.
right.
Yeah, and the dock was really busy too. A lot of people walking around looking at all the boats.
Yeah, and that wasn't even the dock party. Dock party was
No.
the next night. So yeah. And I think things went strong. I mean, went really strong till, 10 o'clock at night. And I think that's when things started shutting down, was about 10, if I believe.
Yeah,
And
I think so.
yeah. And it was just crazy, we store everything away for the night and go back to the hotel and call it a night. And then, you're right back at it the next morning, because even though it's not the street scene, the vendor area is open all day Friday, and the dock party starts at sunset. So there was a fair amount of traffic, all day Friday. Um, and then, like the dock party, um, I was I was kind of preoccupied working the booth, but I know you, Viking, you went down um, to the dock party basically right off the get go.
I did. It started off fairly busy, but man, by the time I think I rolled out of there at like 9:45, maybe almost 10, you couldn't hardly walk down the dock. There was lines of people on both sides. It was crazy busy. It was awesome.
Yeah, I think they have like 6 fingers of docks or 5 fingers of docks, and they were all reserved for SuperCat Fest. And all the boats had their lighting on, their audio on,
Yeah.
um, and it was really cool. I got down late, um, probably I would guess about 9, um, to hang out on the boom tune for a little bit, and
Which was
also,
busy.
yeah, the
Lots
boom
of people
tune.
stopped by to say hi.
Yeah, it always gets the attention. That if you haven't seen it, um, if you hit our Instagram at AFTR_podcast, you'll see some pictures and posts from the boom tune. It's a double decker, fully fitted out with kicker. Matter of fact, the front cabinets on it hold 4 15-inch subwoofers in a custom ported enclosure.
It's
Uh,
definitely loud.
yeah, yeah, for sure. And it's got all the new KMXL um, mini tower speakers in it that just perform so well. And it gets a lot of attention, LEDs everywhere and the whole bit. And then,
Definitely.
just down the docks a bit, our friends at Elite Audio Havasu had their Rinker deck boat, which I've talked about in the past, and it is insane. And their new pontoon, they pulled it out of the booth and put it in right next to the Rinker, and actually had used a Bluetooth link to keep them both playing. And every time they cranked it up, the docks just packed around them.
Yeah.
And the party was definitely on. And it was really cool to walk around and look at all the boats and the big boats, that we don't normally see here in Havasu. The really big boats, and I don't know. Did you find a favorite while you were down there walking around?
Um, Maybe there was one. It was a black and red, and it was a center console. And I want to say it had 4 500s on the
Yeah,
back, maybe.
very possible.
It was
Yeah,
a beautiful boat,
probably an MTI.
probably.
And they do make beautiful boats. That's a
Yes.
dream boat for sure. Um, so yeah, man, that dock party went till 11 when we kind of all shut down, and it was still going. Um, but we got out and escaped, and called it night. And very, very grateful to have the kicker crew out there, Tracy and Jacob, and just the support. And got to spend a little time with the Eliminator boats team and talk about some interesting stuff that they're doing. And of course, River Dave just puts on a party. I mean, River Dave knows how to
Absolutely.
party. So,
Yes, he does.
yeah. So, you know, Saturday, everybody went for a run. They had all of Pirates Cove. And if you don't know what that is, Google it and you will see what Pirates Cove is. They had the entire beach and docks reserved for Super Cat Fest West participants, and they had a party up there all day, which was, I heard, really cool. We worked on packing up and getting things ready to travel in the semi, and just kind of getting things wrapped up. And then that night, we had the charity auction, which I think that's the first time. What's your take? What's your take on the charity auction? That was your first time there, so
They did an outstanding job. I was amazed at the generosity of the people in this town. Did I hear they raised over $300,000? Was that?
yeah, yes, actually
Yeah,
they
crazy.
raised, I think the gross funds raised was right around $377,000.
Oh, wow. So even more than I thought. Awesome.
Yeah, and that was all earmarked for local charities.
Love that.
Yeah, it's great. My buddy Chris Leach, who's a professional auctioneer and very involved with eliminator boats, um, was up there on the mic, and
He was
they
very good.
yeah, he's a pro for sure, and they did a great job, and just so fortunate to be there and see the caring and the giving. It's just amazing. Kicker gave away $5,000 in product.
It was a whole table stacked with boxes. It was
Yeah,
awesome.
it was crazy. So, and there was some amazing cool stuff, some unbelievable one-off artwork done by Jake from Eliminator Boats. That's what he does in his spare time, I guess, with gel coat, and it's incredible work. There was a Can-Am that was custom built just to be auctioned off, and it featured all Kicker audio in it.
I think a lot of people fought over that one.
Yeah, that was a big fight. That one went on for a long time.
Yes, it did.
There was so much cool stuff there. It was really cool to be there, and that kind of wrapped the night up, and stuck that out and wrapped the night up, and the next day, it was kind of go finish cleaning up a couple things over at the semi at the Riviera. Had a few things to do over there, and then a little bit of afternoon time, and then it was the after party presented by River Dave's place. And they had all of Legends in here in Havasu reserved, and that was what a great party. I mean, while you were there, give us your take.
Well, yeah, the restaurant was full. The bar was full. We were sitting outside playing Jenga.
Yes.
And yeah, it was a good time. It was really fun. And we also snuck in some boating too that
Yes,
day.
we did. We did. We made a little run with the Oklahoma boys down to Havasu Springs and had a little lunch, and actually got to hang out. The man, the myth, the legend, the general, Mr. Butts, happened to be down at their place in Parker, so he popped over and hung out with us for a while, and it was a good time was had by all, for sure.
Absolutely.
So we and then that was about it for that day. wrapped the party. Monday was moving day, where we had to move all the semis. Rod's semi, his Gator Wrap semi, and then he was gracious enough to move the kicker semi, the XRV, and get them stationed down in a lower parking lot that Jeremy from Riviera set us up with, where it was able to sit there as opposed to sitting out in the dirt until load in Wednesday for Desert Storm. So we got
Not much of a break between those two.
no, we got, as you know, but most people don't know, we live in kind of a remote area across the lake. And so I actually stayed with the team in a hotel for 2 weeks straight. And, because basically Tuesday, it was game on for Desert Storm. And, they were starting to get set up and get their things handled and getting them stuff for, their VIP bag stuffers and doing all that and get things lined out. And then, Wednesday, it was move-in day, which it seemed like we just moved out, and it was
Right.
move-in day to the park on McCullough for the Desert Storm street party, where Kicker is featured. Of course, they're a title sponsor, and they have a featured spot in the McCullough Park that they call the Eye of the Storm. And, it's just like game on from there. Once the semis in, the more Oklahoma crews showed up, including J Dub, who handles production over at Kicker Unmasked Live, but is also events and marketing promotions and drives the XRV. Showed up, and we got busy and got the big race awning set up. And I think I started Tuesday. Was it Tuesday morning or Wednesday morning, where my day started early to go down to Riviera and get Captain Frank and the Boom Tune cast off and out of his parking spot down there so he could get up to the
Just
Kicker
spotting
Pier
the channel. Yes,
the
the
channel.
Kicker Pier.
Yeah, at the London Bridge Resort, which hosts the docks for Desert Storm. So it was definitely, crazy busy times. I don't even know what day we did that.
I think
I
that was
did,
Wednesday.
yeah, and I had to move. I had to move my boat into one of our kicker slips over there. So we had it if we needed it close. And just getting everything set up and ready to roll, and some stuff loaded in, and finished load in Thursday morning. And the event opened at 1. The street party opens at 1. And if you're not familiar with Desert Storm or the street party, I definitely recommend you Google it, watch some YouTube videos. The street party is just that. It's about 6 blocks with multiple side spurts, if you will, that are just crazy, packed with boats. I would guess I didn't actually get out and walk the streets, the street party part. I was working in the booth, but I know you did, and there was tons and tons of boats.
Yes, beautiful. Oh man, I was drooling.
Yeah, there's a lot of vendors too. So
Yeah, more vendors than I could even count. There was a lot of vendors this year.
yeah, I think they expanded. Maybe it's 7 blocks now.
Well, it was all the way from Acoma down past Albertsons to Riviera. If you're in Havasu, you get that
Yeah.
reference. But yeah,
So
That's
I
like a
think that
mile, maybe mile and a half.
probably longer than that. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
And it was
it's big.
full.
Yeah, I would guess, there's probably, if not close to, definitely, I would guess over $2 billion worth of boats there.
I agree with that.
It
Yeah.
was, it's just
Crazy.
nuts. Of course, I got to see them all pulling in and loading in, but like I said, I didn't get to get out and walk around. I know you walked around several times, got to get
Mm-hmm.
away, and I always love the street party because everybody knows, all my friends know I'll be at the eye of the storm, and
To come by
really,
the booth and get a selfie.
yeah, I really appreciate everybody that made the effort and made the trip by the booth, from all our friends at the ferry crew to you know uh, our most recent guest, Casey Cadero, his beautiful wife Jess, which I don't know which episode she was on, but and little baby Maddie, and just Keith Hook and Jam Spot Media, and man, just there were so
So
many
many people.
people. Yeah, and we're very cool thing about Desert Storm is our good friend and MAddOG'S after show veteran, Mia Chapman, Red Bull athlete, Red Bull off road assassin, if you will. Very talented driver. Comes out and spends all of Desert Storm with us. So, for more take on what she does, feel free to take a listen to episode
42, right?
42. Yeah,
42.
42. Yeah, Mia's awesome.
Yes, she
Um,
is.
she hung out through the street party and had a great time, and then of course wrap that up, and man, oh man, Friday morning it's game on. That's the Parade of Power and the Poker Run, and you know Murphy had his Avalon Tritune that's all loaded with kicker, basically leading the Parade of Power. Uh, it was just windy enough that Captain Frank just wanted to go straight out to Thompson Bay and get anchored because he's poker run stop number 3.
Yes, we were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I got to watch the parade. I helped launch and get the boom tune rolling, and Living Loud 2, as she's called, and get her heading for Thompson Bay. And then I stayed back so I could run back and forth if somebody needed off a boat or move from a boat to a boat or assistance or anything like that. And so I got to watch the Parade of Power from right there at LBR, sitting right by the incredibly beautiful and authentic London Bridge. We just watch all the boats cruise the channel. Meanwhile, you were out on the boom tune for the whole poker run. So how does that go down? How does that all work?
So, Mia and I were out there, Frank and Annette, and then Annette's son. Can't remember his name. Sorry. And anyway, so yeah, so we hand out poker chips to the boats as they come by. And I want to say that there were over 214. I think 214 was the biggest number that I saw. So 214 boats came by to get poker chips from the boom tune. I
Yeah.
think,
How do you accomplish that? How do
oh,
you get
so,
poker chips to,
so they have these
because
long poles, like a long rod pole, and then they have this cup on the end, and we put the poker chips in the cup, and then you like hold it out. The boat comes up kind of alongside the boom tune, and typically someone from the boat will get up on the bow and walk out, and then we'll tip the cup and they'll catch the chips, and then they're off to the next one.
Yeah, that's
I think we
awesome.
only lost maybe 5 chips.
That's pretty good. That's
But
pretty
wind was
good.
definitely a factor in that.
Yeah, when you're dealing with stuff like that, and you're and generally the boom tune, I was able to do that a couple years ago or 3 years ago. Um, they do that from the second deck.
Yes. Yes. It's a lot easier to do it from up there because there's nothing in the way. It makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, so and they have boats come up on both sides.
Yeah, we were very busy at one point. It was nonstop. I think I tried to go live at that point because we had like a boat came in, out. I mean, you blinked and you missed it. It was crazy. But everyone was like super awesome about it and super polite. And, we had a couple of people that were kind of standing to make sure that the boats didn't bump into the boom tune, and it went off without a hitch. It was great.
That's awesome. That's so
Yeah.
much fun. And so people know this poker run, you don't actually get cards. Um, you collect chips and then you trade your chips in later that day for your card hands. So
Yeah.
people can buy anything from one hand to multiple hands. And if they do have multiple hands, how does that work? How do you know?
I think they put a cap on it this year that you could only purchase a certain amount because they didn't want people going nuts. But honestly, on that end, I'm not sure how the end result works.
And how does it work? How do you guys, when you're handing out chips, how do you know
Oh, so
how many chips they get?
so each boat is assigned a card, and as they're approaching the boom tune, they'll hold up the card, and the card will either say 2 or 4 or 6, and so that way we know to put 6 chips in the cup and then fish it out to them.
Oh, very cool, very
Yeah.
cool. I know that keeps everybody busy for quite a long time. Um, the poker room wraps at 2, and I got the message that they were hauling anchor, and then we're entering the channel. The wind was starting to pick up just a hair. And so, I got ready. And fortunately, Adrian, new friend and stocky dude, happened to be down hanging out. And I was like, hey, man, you want to go catch a big boat? And so we went over to the Boom Tune. Captain Frank did a masterful job, absolutely perfect getting it into the dock. We got him tied off, and you know, as it turned out, not a minute too soon because I would guess probably less than an hour later, the
It was more like 20 minutes later. Like we barely made it back before that storm hit. The wind
yeah, a
that whipped through the channel was
big
crazy.
monster storm. It was almost like a haboob, which is a high wind dust storm mixed with a monsoon.
Yeah,
And it was nuts. It didn't go for a long time, maybe an hour or so,
if
but
that. Yeah, 45 minutes.
but they were recording gusts well over 70 and 80 miles an hour in areas of Havasu. It did massive damage everywhere. Um, and it was just crazy, being down there. The rain, the temperature dropped. It was just
Oh my gosh, we were so cold. So me and Annette and her daughter-in-law Christine were on the boom tune, and we were kind of huddled down in the middle with our hoodies on and trying to escape the rain. And we're like, is this happening right now? Why are we getting hailed on? Luckily, that didn't last for very long, though. So
yeah, no, it didn't
it was
last
still
long.
fun, though.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always a good time. Desert Storm is always a good time. And, you know, um, then it was like the weather broke and that went away and the sun came back
Sun came
out.
out.
And it was back to party, and from there, dinner Friday night with the whole kicker team. Um, and that was a good time.
That was really
And
good.
then Saturday morning, it is basically that's the day they actually do the storm run, what they call the storm, which are speed runs. And you have to register for it. And they have a course and they have official scoring and timing. And I think the top speed, I think the King of the Desert went to, if I'm not mistaken, maybe a DCB boat at
think it was.
199.4, I believe it was, or 0.6. So that's 199. It's basically 200 miles an hour on water with a slight
Crazy.
breeze. Yeah, with a slight wind.
Crazy.
So
I've gone 95 in a boat, and that was crazy fast. I can't even imagine 199. Nope.
yeah, it really is. It's nuts. And the boom tune stayed stationary at the kicker pier, and it was great because they'd set us up with the kicker pier. The Desert Storm group had set us up with the kicker pier so that we could have, when the big boats were out, we had plenty of room for all our friends and associates to come up and tie up for a bit and stop and party and have a refreshing cold water and ride the water slide and
Oh, we did that.
yeah, everybody got into the water slide and we're having a great time. And Miss Kelly, the general's wife, and the Viking and Mia Chapman decided it'd be a great idea to triple stack and go down the slide together. And that was most entertaining. That was so
I don't know
much
how we
fun.
didn't land on top of each other. It was fun.
And
Silly
it's
and
just
fun.
good planning or something for sure. So, but yeah, it was and that was basically the course of Saturday. Um was entertain people, and we had a lot of people come by from other boat clubs and boat manufacturers came by to visit. um, as I said before, the general actually had his boat in the water, and him and the missus swung by and visited, hung out for a couple of 3 hours, and always good to see them. And man, that was like about it. We just partied there, and then it was dinner time, and got some dinner, and very late dinner,
Yeah.
because I think we went till dark or
Yeah, I
just
think I
after.
Uber Eats food to the hotel at like 10.
Yeah,
I think it
yeah,
was 9:30 or 10.
yeah. We ate very late. Um, and fortunately, they had snacks all day and all kinds of
Oh yeah.
great food. Thanks to Captain Frank and Annette.
Their
Um,
hospitality is unparalleled.
yeah, I'm 1,000%.
Yeah.
So then Sunday, um, it was on to moving the XRV again, and it had received some wind damage. And so there was some spots in the wrap that had to be repaired and some awning stuff that had to be looked after. So um, again, huge props to Jeremy over at Riviera for providing Havasu Riviera Marina for providing us a spot to park the semi while we wait for my buddy Danny over at Holiday Awnings to work his magic. And of course, Rod at Gator Wraps to fix what they just put on brand new. And if you haven't seen it,
brand new.
if you have not seen how awesome the semi looks, the XRV looks, go to Instagram and look up at Kicker Audio. They've got several pictures of it posted It's just unbelievably
Yeah, it
good.
looks amazing.
Yeah, it's just unbelievable how good it looks. And Rod and his crew at Gator Raps did an amazing job with it. Um, yeah, and then it was send the because of that stuff, the entire Oklahoma team headed out Sunday afternoon to Vegas to catch Monday morning flights, whereas J Dub and Bangro were going to drive home Monday, drive all the way back to Oklahoma with the semi. But with it staying here, they flew out too. So, you know, got them out, and I know Desert Storm raised a ton of money, I believe, for a veterans auxiliary or veterans fund here in Havasu. And that was amazing. And again, $5,000 in kicker product and a bunch of kicker personal audio, bullfrogs, headphones, all that stuff was just crazy. Kicker shot the moon with that, and it really panned out well. Um, and we got the crew out Sunday, and then had a fair amount of stuff to wrap up that I managed to get done, and then had some more running around to do Monday morning, and then headed out and hauled home, and that was about it. But both events, SuperCat Fest West and Desert Storm, seemed to complement each other. Everybody was in it to win it, for 2 weeks. Had a great time. Both of them did a great job, and the attendance was outstanding
It
for
was
both of them.
crazy good. Yeah. At one point on Thursday for the street party, yeah, it was like elbow to elbow walking down the street. There were so many people. It was like, wow, there was a lot of people that showed up for this. I love it.
Yeah, it's really, it's really all about living loud, and living that Havasu life, and
Yep.
and I'm so blessed that Kicker has chosen me to help them represent and live loud here in Havasu. So so grateful for that. And yeah, it's just man, what a great couple of weeks. And for me, I am had to get things cleaned up and ready and reorganized, and get my boat out of the water and cleaned up, because tomorrow I am on the road again. Um, and you will find me this coming weekend, which is May, I think 4th. Um,
Third, fourth.
yeah, the 4th is the Kicker Monster Truck Nationals doubleheader day in Grand Junction, Colorado at Mesa County Fairgrounds. Really cool fairgrounds. I'm really looking forward to being there. And my good buddy from Connected Audio there in Grand Junction, DJ, will be there. And so it's going to be super good times. And I'm really looking forward to it. So get back to see my good friends Todd and Karen Hammock, that run the Endurocross series and the Kicker Monster Truck National series, and looking forward to doing a couple of events with them. It's going to be busy. It's going to be a quick turnaround, but man, I'm stoked for it. The smell of nitro back in my eyes and my nose, So, yeah, with that, I would put 100% stamp of approval on Desert Storm and Super Cat Fest West, and shout outs to River Dave, Alvin at Super Cat Fest West, and Sherry, Jim, and Steve over at Desert Storm. Really appreciate all you guys, all your efforts, and working with you is always a pleasure.
Both events were so well run. It's just such a pleasure to work an event it's just, yeah, amazing. They did a
Yeah.
really good job.
Well, we know a thing or two about running events because for what was it, 6 years, we ran the UTV Invasion Idaho Dunes on
Yep.
Labor Day. So
So fun. So much work, but so fun.
yeah, it was a great event, and really, really blessed to have grown that up with Disco Dave and
Yep.
Miss Tammy, and it just good times for sure. So with that, what's your recap of both events? You got anything you want to recap on it?
It's like a blur. It was so fun and it was so go, go, go that it just went by too fast. Like, can we rewind and do a little bit of that again?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind at all, actually. That
Yeah.
was fun. It's a lot of work, but it's a heck of a lot of fun. So
Yes, it was.
yeah.
Yeah. Even with the wind and the rain and the hail and a little adventure, there's never a dull moment, but
No.
it was all fun.
Yeah, definitely fun. And man, if you're looking to put fun into your life, get over to kicker.com, check out all their personal audio. They also do trucks, cars, side by sides, golf carts, everything you need. Kicker.com, on Insta at Kicker Audio, and on Facebook at Kicker. Of course, Bomber Eyewear, Bomber Safety Eyewear, more importantly, Bomber Floating Eyewear, and the most important, Bomber Cool Eyewear. You want to look cool, you want to be rad, check them out, bombereyewear.com,
Right.
on Insta at Bomber Eyewear.
I should
There
have
we
been wearing
go.
these.
Yeah, you should have been wearing my other bombers for sure. So, of course, the Premix podcast, our man Cole sharing all his passion for all things desert racing through the lens of a camera, and also MC extraordinaire. You need an event announced, you need an MC, whatever it is, a bar mitzvah, drag race. He's really looking to announce a slot car race. Slide into his DMs on Instagram, the @ symbol ThePremixPodcast, and check him out. Drop him a message, get him booked. He's booking up quick. Of course, Kelsey Morrell Film on Instagram at Kelsey Morrell Film, and all your photo and video needs, from stills to finished production videos. Find her on Instagram at Kelsey Morrell Film. Of course, Hey Keeks Marketing, taking care of all our social media templates and all that cool stuff. And man, you need anything from a website built to a website maintained, Instagram accounts set up, Instagram accounts maintained, even complete social media influencer campaigns. You can find her. Just yell, "Hey Keeks," or go to heykeeks.com on the interwebs, or at Hey Keeks Marketing on Instagram. Cole, thank you so much. Appreciate your time. Viking, thank you so much. Appreciate your time.
It's been fun.
Yeah, Cole, you got any parting statements?
If you haven't done so within 80 episodes, make sure to rate, review, and subscribe on your favorite streaming platform. Together, we can beat the algorithm. We can overcome the machines.
Yes, beat the machines, just like Terminator. Viking, thank you so much for guest co-hosting. Much appreciated. Cole, send our love to Lady D and our best wishes for speedy recovery.
Absolutely.
Thank you. We're on the right path.
Good.
Excellent. And all you folks remember, God bless our troops. God bless America.
Amen.
Mad Dog out.
Let me be your everlasting light. Sun when there is none. I'm a shepherd for you, and I'll guide you through. Let me be your everlasting light.
Robbie,
That's how you do the podcast.